What is going on? What is going on? What is going on, party people? It is your boy, Coach D Brown, former big leaguer, former first-round pick with the Kansas City Royals. And I am back with a special show today. I mean, this is one of those special times where, I mean, I'm always excited to get a college coach on or a pro guy or pro coach, a scout or whatever. All my guests, I'm really happy to have them on. But you know, this one's a unique situation, and I'm super excited to have this coach on here. Let me just give my little shout outs before we are joined by this great coach over here. When I'm gonna talk about the school, we're gonna dive deep into a unique topic. All right, and I know many of you parents will want to be tuned in and know more about this particular program and what this school will offer. All right, I'm going to leave it all. We're going to talk about this in a minute, but let me give a little shout outs here. People listening in. What's up, Mark? What's going on? We have a tomorrow. Okay, I'm launching my home run scholarship program. I'm super excited about that. All right, it's been a long time in the making. So tomorrow, July 3rd, we're launching this program. All right. Again, I'm just seeing great coaches like my gentleman right here to the side of me will be coming on. Again, we're switching over to the membership side of things, okay? So the free access and everything like that will change, okay? But I will still be coming on, still giving out this great content like I always do. We're just switching up the model just a little bit. Again, it's just more information, and I'm trying to get you guys just more informed about the recruiting process and everything that okay? Also, real quick before I bring on Coach here, I will be bringing on tomorrow, Coach Congenius. All right, we're working with these names, Coach. You know what I'm saying? From Northern Illinois University. All right, he will be coming on University of Northern Illinois. He'll be coming on D1 School tomorrow. So, you know, be in tune for that as we launch the program. He'll be our special guest tomorrow. But without further ado, I'm going to kind of give a little background of got to this gentleman here. So, you know, last year, you know, my daughter's a real high, you know, we talked about the tennis aspect of things, and we were just looking into different tennis programs, and we looked and we found out, you know, we went down to IMG, and we're going to talk about Bradenton, Florida in a minute, but my wife looked at and found this particular school called Inspiration Academy, and she told me all about it, and she read all, and she was excited about this academy, and I was like, wow, you know, I'm just listening to her talk about it, and you know, I just left it at that. So fast forward, you know, 6-8 months later, I get a text from one of my followers, my top fans over here, Bill Barksdale over here from Jersey. He's always on. He texted me about Inspiration Academy. All right, this school down in Florida. He said, you know, you need to have one of these coaches on. He's always, you know, giving me suggestions about who I need to have on. And he said, you know, this is a great school. And I said, that name sounds familiar. I'm like, what is it? Then I looked a little deeper, and I said, you know, wow, this is the Inspiration Academy. I didn't even know they had a baseball program. So then I dragged my feet like I always do. And just the other day, I was talking to some coaches who were outside of the country who were looking for opportunities to come and play in the States, college baseball-wise, because of course, they're hearing about my college program. And we're talking about international now, right? And he was talking about how he can get more players into the States and, you know, how we can work together. So I just started, you know, thinking. And so for some reason, I just looked up the text again from my wife, gave it to me again from the tennis aspect. And I was just, wow, they have a post-grad program. The Inspiration Academy has a post-grad program. And I said, wow, I mean, this couldn't be lined up even more better. I said, this is maybe a perfect situation for international players to come in and kind of get their, you know, feet wet in the United States before they go to college. Okay, so this is what my mind is thinking. So I said, let me call down there and see what's up. Long story short, my boy Bill out in Jersey reached out to Coach Ski, boom, told me, you know, we exchanged numbers, and Coach Ski on here. We talked a long time yesterday, and I said, dude, I got to get you on, and when can we make this happen? And voila. So without further ado, I know that big, long story, a drawn out thing, but everything happens. I mean, this is all boom, 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 fast, right? So without further ado, I got Giczewski in Bradenton, Florida. All right. And he's going to talk about his whole program and also which I know you guys are super excited to find out more about this post-grad program that Inspiration Academy offers. All right, so without further ado, Coach Ski, if you could kind of, I always have my guests kind of go all the way back to the beginning, talk about where you're from, talk about, your playing career and, how long you've been coaching, all the way to the point where you are right now.
Well, thank you very much, D. I'm with Inspiration Academy right now, which you were explaining. We are a post-grad, and we also have a program from 6th grade through 12th grade. I myself, I've been here 6 years, going into 7 years. This program's been around that long as well. I played through high school ball, played some club college ball. I've been coaching for the last 25 years, and just have a passion for the sport that every day I'm learning, wanting to get better. This academy is a phenomenal place to do that, and we're here, for the kids, make an opportunity that most kids in a post-grad situation don't have an opportunity to play college ball. So we are an option for them to come in, play some college ball, real college schedule without affecting their eligibility. And when they leave here, they'll still have 5 years to play for. So it's a phenomenal opportunity for kids to come in here and train and develop in a Christian atmosphere. We are a faith-based program, and we really try and mentor the player himself from the inside out. That's our top goal, is to really dive into the player, get to know them, build a relationship with them, and really build on that from a baseball avenue. And it's been very successful and growing each and every year.
Awesome, man. Listen, you kind of sugarcoated everything, man, about the program, okay? About, all that you offer down at Inspiration Academy. So I want to dig a little deeper, okay? And remember, parents, listeners, listen in. You have any questions, please, you know the routine, all right? Let me get a little shout out to the people that listen in. What's up, Mark in Indiana? What's going on? T. Sut, Memphis in the house. Mark Henry, what's up? Texas in the house. Cookie, what's up? Memphis. All right, T. Sut, Memphis, what's up? Sega, what's going on? Louisiana in the house. JD, what's up, baby? Mississippi. Chipper, what's up? Nashville in the house. All right. We have and we got people that will be coming on. All right. I will all right. So anyway, Inspiration Academy started 7 years ago. All right. I want you to kind of go back and just, if you could, talk about, you guys start at what age and what grade do you guys start your baseball program?
Our baseball program starts at 6th grade and goes through 12th.
Awesome.
And we have, like I said, a middle school team. We have a JV team, and this year we're going to have 2 varsity teams, in addition to the post-grad team. And on the post-grad team, we'll roster between 35 and 40 players for the post-grad team, like your normal college roster. So that's, we'll have about 100 players this year in our baseball program.
Awesome, man. So I know you told me yesterday, obviously the post-grad players, you said they got 35 to 40 players, right? So what type of percentages, and I'm going to go back to how you get these players, but what type of percentages from the post-grad program, how many of these players end up going into playing in, college? How do these guys, do these guys, all of them go? What's the percentage of guys that get to go to college and play baseball?
Last year on our 35-man roster, we had 100% of those players get offers to play college baseball under a scholarship.
Wow. So every person, 35 players, okay, that played and went to Inspiration Academy as a post-grad, 35, 100% of those guys all are set to play college baseball next year. So that is an awesome feat. Now, has that been happening every year in your program?
We have a very high percentage. The year before, we had, I think, 34 players. 32 out of those 34 were offers under scholarships to play college baseball. So one of them decided that he really wanted to go to Florida State and just hung up his cleats and didn't play at all because he wanted to go academics. So we had one really that did not have an opportunity to play college baseball. And when we place these kids and we get them scholarships, it's in a range from, D1 schools down to NAI schools, D1, D2, D3, and NAI schools, and junior colleges as well. So it's a whole gamut, and we're going to place the player where we believe that they're going to have the best opportunity to play college baseball. You know, they may have a walk-on opportunity at a school, but we all know how walk-ons work. You know, half the time you're cutting the fall. Thank you very much for the inter-squad games, and they move on. You know, and they don't have that opportunity. Whereas we can get them a scholarship and get them maybe a level lower, but they're being, you know, celebrated instead of tolerated. There you go. Now you've got a great opportunity where you're going to be on the field.
I love it. I love it. So, what did, you know, did the post-grad, you know, program, did that start right away when you guys started 6-7 years ago, or what, did it just gradually get into that? How did that work?
We gradually got into that I believe it's in our third year of existence. We had a post-grad. So the first 2 years, it was just the high school, middle school. And then the third year, we introduced the post-grad program. And it's, you know, it's a year for a lot of players to, especially on the younger end, that have a year to develop. They get a year to get bigger, stronger, faster. You know, we have a strength and conditioning coach here that works specifically with just baseball. So the kids are tailored to what their goals are. For example, last year we had a kid that came in at like 115 pounds, soaking wet. And we need to get him bigger, stronger, and faster. So he ended up gaining almost 40 pounds while he was here in the year.
Wow.
Got a ton stronger. His bench went up 125% from where he started. His squat went up 140% from where he started. And he started out with his exit velocity hitting 68 to 72. And he topped out at a 100.5 was his highest.
Wow.
He was averaging in the low 90s. Low to mid 90s, but he had a few in the triple digits, which was phenomenal.
Awesome.
Then we had somebody on the opposite end of the spectrum where he came in at 354 pounds, a soft 354 pounds, 6'8", and he left here at 295, just a lean, mean machine. And he ended up getting a scholarship over at Weber University to play over there.
Time out. 6'8", 345 pounds. 300, how much pounds?
354 pounds.
354 pounds. All right. So essentially a offensive lineman coming in there, right? And
pretty much.
I mean, what did you see in him? Obviously your skills had to be somewhat for you guys to keep him on in your program, huh?
Well, he had a pretty good bat in his hands. He could swing it. And being that tall, playing first base, you know, really helped out a lot too. So he ended up being our first baseman starting out and hitting deep, 4 or 5 in the lineup, and did fantastic. It's slower start as it began, but we have that fall. We don't play games. We have that 16, 17 week period where it's just training and development. We're here to get better. Playing games in the fall is not going to get you better. Getting that stronger, faster, better. Working on your swing, on your arm action. We break everything down before we even begin. We'll video analysis the arm action, see where you're at. If you've got good arm action, you start your strength program. If you need work on your arm action, we get it correct before you start your strength program, because we don't want to have any injuries. We want to get that just right so that, you can build on it. The baseball swing, we break it down to movements. From the very beginning, your load, your transfer of the energy into your upper body, your out the barrel, everything is broken down by movement so that the movements are all done in sequence. So that, a lot of guys come in here and the movements are out of sequence. Yeah, they can make contact, but the movements are out of sequence and you're not developing the power and using the power that you could in the proper way. So it just starts from basics and works up. I don't care how good or how bad you are to start with. Everybody starts at the same to get the movements down.
Awesome, man. So that's, essentially it's almost, give me your schedule before I start to talk about whatever. So give me a typical schedule. So here I am, a postgrad. I'm entering, September, August when you guys start your program. Okay. So, what's a day in the life of a postgrad player?
They'll first day report this year is August 19th. So we will have a team meeting August 19th, and then we'll get down and dirty. A typical day in a life is you'll stretch and warm up on the turf at 9 a.m. On Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. We'll go to the field for individual defense for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. And again, in the fall, we're starting out, and it's very individualized with the defense by position. We have specific coaches for each position, and you work with those coaches. And again, all the movements are broken down: your footwork, your arm action, your routing, anything and everything is broken down into different drills. Build up on that, and as the fall progresses, then we'll work more into team defense as we get closer to season starting. So that's about a 2-hour, process and individual defense down there. Take a short break, come up to the cages. We have 6 cages up here, 6 hitting stations as well, T stations. And then we break down and work on the swing for about an hour and a half every day. Take a lunch break, and then for 2 hours, you're hitting the gym with the strength and conditioning. Then you have a break from there. A lot of guys will do their classes after that. We recommend that they do take 2 college classes, about 6 hours worth of time. A lot of guys have part-time jobs. They'll work and do some jobs after hours and such. And our cages are open till 9, and a lot of guys you'll see back in there after dinner and working on what we worked on during the day. Awesome. That's that 16, 17 week period until we have Christmas break.
Okay. So do most of those, where do these guys stay? Where is the post-grad? Where are they staying at?
We have an apartment complex that we rent that is literally, the building is 50 feet from our campus. You come out of your apartment, walk through a fence gate right onto our campus, and another 100 feet, 150 feet, and you're in the building and ready to go. So it's just like a dorm situation over there where we have 2 guys in a bedroom, 2 and 3 bedroom units. They got to cook for themselves, clean. We have those specific detailed rules where you got to make your bed in the morning, no dirty dishes in the sink, no dirty laundry on the floor, respect each other, keep the places clean, handle the details. The big things are easy to do.
Oh, I love that. I mean, yeah, I know too many guys probably don't like it, but they'll appreciate it a lot later in life, right? So
you betcha.
Nice, man. So I mean, who is? I mean, you kind of talked about it briefly, and who is this like for? Like that post grad? Who is this? You kind of talked about it, but I want to dig a little deeper. I'm a high school. Say I'm a high school junior, senior. And you think of post-grad baseball, you don't really understand it. You look like, is it these guys come down there with an attitude, with a little, chip on his shoulder, thought that they're supposed to go on somewhere, or somebody, happy to be there. You know what I'm saying? Like who is, Inspiration Academy, post-grad program for?
Well, there's basically three kind of players. We've got, a player that did not have any kind of opportunity out of high school and loves the game and wants to have an opportunity to play college baseball. So nobody scouted them, nobody signed them out of high school. They don't have a college to go to. They want to play. So we have an opportunity for that. They come in, again, they do our training, they play, they get the experience of a college schedule. So that's what's really phenomenal about this program is, as a freshman, and you've never been to college, you don't know what to expect. So this is kind of a realistic sample of what you're going to have and how to manage your time, how to get into the weight room, because a lot of these guys have never lifted like they're going to be lifting here, never had the conditioning like they're going to be having here. And this is a college level program and above. We've had some D1 coaches come in and say, what are you guys doing? I want to know what you're doing in your strength and conditioning. And they see some of the stuff we're doing and they want to have that information, and we'll share it with them as much as possible. So the work that they get in is going to teach them how to deal with it at the next level. And they're going to actually have one heck of a jump start on freshmen that are just coming in once they have their time here. They're going to learn how to manage their time with classes, traveling through games, because we're going to be driving 4 hours for a game, do a doubleheader, drive back. Then you've got to be up for conditioning in the mornings. Every Wednesday, 6 a.m. conditioning. So you can't miss it. You've got classes you have to go to. You can't miss the classes. So it is a true example of what they're going to experience, but it's not going to affect their eligibility. They're still going to have 5 years to play for when they leave here. So that's the first kind of the student. The second kind of player we're going to have here is, say you got some offers for NAIA, D3, even some D2 guys, and you had bigger aspirations. So you want to take that extra year to get bigger, faster, stronger, learn more, be able to have that foundation that you can now jumpstart on and get to that D1 or D2 level that you weren't able to get to before. So we've had those guys come in and really make an impact with their abilities. Then we have the third type is a JUCO kid that's done his 2 years. They'll come in here and use their redshirt year to, again, bring their ability up even more, because when you're in college ball and you're playing every day, you're not getting the development. You're not getting that strength and conditioning. You're there to play and play hard, and the coaches don't have that staff that they can put that time into developing you. So they come in here. We had a couple JUCO kids last year come in, and now they've got 2 years to play too when they leave here. So this is kind of like their redshirt year. And it's a phenomenal opportunity, and they've really excelled in where they're going.
Awesome, man. That's, I should have said this from the beginning, Coach, but where are you guys located? I know I didn't even ask that. I think you said that a little bit, but where are you guys located at?
We're in Bradenton, Florida, on the very northwest end of Bradenton, kind of near Anna Maria Island. If anybody wants to look that up, we're about a mile and a half from the beach. The Intercoastal Waterway is about probably 300 yards from our campus. So we're right there close to the water.
Wow. Wow. So, I mean, do you guys ever do workouts on the beach, anything like that?
Yes, sir, we do. Lots of sand workouts on the beach.
Wow. Tough life, huh? Well, it is a tough workout, but man, I mean, I'm sure the guys enjoy the days off. So, get to hang out by the beach and I've been down to, that Bradenton area. Some of those beaches are really, really pretty.
Oh, sunrise workouts on the beach are just phenomenal.
I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine. So now I'm gonna get back into the players now. So you have this program here, this post-grad. Is it local guys? Are you recruiting nationally? How does this work? What type, where's your reach when it comes to these post-grad, players?
We have players from all around the country. We do have local players, but most of our players come from other states. The recruiting class for this year, we do have some Florida players here. We have them from Texas, Nebraska, Alabama, Illinois, Tennessee, Georgia, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York. We have them from all over. We have a Canadian as well. In our high school program, we also have a guy from New Zealand coming for our high school program.
Wow. I mean, where is it just a market? Is it just people starting hearing about it? How are you guys getting these players to come? Are you guys doing like real college recruiting type of, how does that work?
Some of all. We have a vast word of mouth now. It's getting out 7 years. People are really starting to talk about the quality of our program, and the level that we're training at is bar none, not around here. In the personal, a huge difference that we do is we take such a personal relationship interest in the players. I've got guys from a couple of years ago that still text me and talk to me. We really want to dive into them on a mentorship, get to know them to get to know us. We're not the type, they're screamer yellers. We do motivate a little bit loud sometimes, but it's a different culture, and it's a magnetic culture, which is awesome how the kids just start to attract to it. We do our own college type recruiting. We don't go to showcases, but we have a database of unsigned seniors, and then we'll start reaching out to them and kind of present this opportunity to them, invite them in for a workout and a tryout. We just had a tryout last weekend. We had 17 try out for the team from around the country. Again, we had some from Tennessee, Georgia, Alabama, kid from Illinois and Nebraska came in. So from all over, and from one from Texas flew in, Houston, Texas. So we invite them in, we do a workout, we run them through what the tools are needed at a higher level school. We also have what we call a performance matrix, which like your 5-10-5, your 60, your arm velocity, all the tools that are needed that college coaches are looking for. we test that in a matrix, and then we put that player into that matrix, and it'll say, okay, right now, currently, you are at this level player. You're at a NAIA level. You're at a D3 level. You're at a D2 level or a D1 level. And we have within those levels a high D1 or a lower D1. So they'll fit into that matrix, and it'll say, okay, what's your goal? Where do you want to be? All right, so I want to be at X. I want to be at a D2 level from an NAIA level. Okay, well, this is the program we're going to lay out for you to achieve that and set these goals. And then we're going to measure those achievements along the way to see that you're progressing towards that goal. And then once we get to that level, then we can say, all right, now you're good to go to these higher level schools. We can prove it by our matrix, the data, the numbers don't lie. Here's video to support it. And then we start helping them get placed in the schools by contacting the coaches, sending the videos, and so on and so forth.
That is awesome. I love that matrix, huh? Is it? I mean, I know it sounds fancy. Is it a software, or is it just your Inspiration Academy? You guys, your own program. Which how does that work? Is it a software or what? What is the matrix?
It's our developed software ourselves that we've taken all the data from the different level schools and plugged into it. And then as we record the data, then we put the players' data in that system, and then it projects out where they stand and where they measure up to the different levels.
Oh man, I love that. Man, so you bring these kids in from all over. All right, that's the elephant in the room over here. So you're in Bradenton, Florida, man. And I talked a little bit about this yesterday, but for many people, they're just finding out about Inspiration Academy, but everybody associates Bradenton, Florida with, the boys down the street over there, IMG Academy. So are you guys, I know in the high school level, are you guys playing IMG Academy or what? How does that work?
We do. We play IMG Academy through our JV and our varsity teams, and we also play them with the postgrads. So, and I like the outcome. I'll just say that.
Well, let's talk about the outcome over there, Coach. You know what I'm saying? Let's put it on out there. So let's go from the high school and the postgrad. How does this work? So what, over the you've been 3 years, with the postgrad, but the high school level. Tell me a little bit about who's been playing what, because everybody knows about IMG. Everybody's learning about Inspiration Academy. So, how are you guys faring against IMG?
We normally come out on top. This year, with the high school JV level, I don't know that we lost a game to them. We play them 4 or 5 times. And postgrad level, we usually split with them pretty well. We win a few, they win a few. We played them, I think we played them 5 times this season, and I think it was a 3-2 split. Wow.
I like it, man. So let me ask you this. So everybody knows about IMG. Everybody learn our Inspiration Academy, ladies and gentlemen, on listening. All right. So he's saying he's competing, right with IMG. Okay. So, everybody knows, and, I'm going to get to the elephant in the room because everybody's going, I've had a couple questions about, pricing and everything. We're going to talk about that. Right. But the type of schedule, I know you have said that already, college schedule, but what is that equivalent to? You know what I'm saying? What is your postgrad schedule equivalent to?
We play a 50-game college schedule, and it's a Florida JUCO level, D2 level, and NAIA schools. The Florida JUCO circuit is a lot like a D1 level circuit because a lot of those JUCO guys are D1 level guys. For example, we played Pasco Hernando State College 4 times this past season. Now, we didn't beat them at all, but we competed with them. And there were several games where we were ahead of them. And they, brought in some pitching and,
right.
But we compete. And they went to the college World Series for the JUCO World Series. And they ended up 3rd in the country.
Nice.
So that high level that we're playing, and we play a bunch of D2 schools. We play NAIA schools. We'll play, just for example, University of Tampa, we play. Florida Southern will play. Rollins College will play. We play Daytona State. We'll play Pasco Hernando, South Florida State College, Eastern Florida State College. We'll play Weber International, Warner University. We'll play Ave Maria. So those are just a few of the schools that we play. And it's a rigorous schedule, 4 games a week, sometimes 5 with a doubleheader.
Wow.
But it's a real college schedule.
So I didn't hear that, but when I was in Bradenton, before they had IMG Academy, I used to train down there. We used to train over there at Manatee JC. Is that still around, or Manatee still around, or what?
Manatee High School, or MCC. Yeah, it's called State College of Florida.
Oh, That's what it's called now?
Yep, SCF, State College of Florida. And yes, it is still around, and they're a powerhouse, and we occasionally get to play them.
Okay.
They don't put us on the schedule every year, but about every other year they get us on the schedule.
Okay. I was waiting to hear that name. I was like, because I know they were a good program back in. I didn't know they were still good. This is.
They're top. They're top notch. Yep. I think they had 3 or 4 drafted this year.
Really?
Yep.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Well, I mean, obviously these guys looking to get into college, but let me ask you, your alums in the last 2 or 3 years. I mean, I know you guys are fairly new with this college program. I know maybe the high school may be different, but the post grad, has anybody gotten drafted yet?
We've had a couple that have been close,
Mm-hmm.
that, were in the draftable range, but they never got signed. So not yet, but we're working on it.
I'm gonna get into the questions here, Coach, and I got a couple more. The Pudgy says, what is the average cost for this service?
Well, we have $19,500 for tuition. It's a $500 comp fee for uniforms and such like that. And then we have a housing package for $4,250, which is the apartments. And then there's an RA fee for $1,000. So the whole package, full price, is $26,000. A lot cheaper than 88.
Right. Oh, that's what it is over there, up the street over there right now. I thought it's 70 something over there. Now it went up already.
They're going up a bit.
All right. Bubba says, so a high school player can come and be. Bubba from Alabama says, so a high school player can come and be evaluated and put into y'all's matrix. If so, what is the cost of that?
Well, they make a trip. We'll do it for free. They want to come down here and visit us. We'll do the testing and put you into the matrix for free and just let you know what we do here.
Oh, I love it, man.
No cost.
Wow. So Anthony says, have they thought about expanding into fast-pitch softball? Huge market with girls.
Yes, actually, softball is on our radar. We are working on getting a girls softball team. Got a coach, so that's in the works. That's in the works.
All right. Shout out to Bill finally joining us. What's up, Condi? South Carolina in the house. Laquita, what's up? How you doing? Yeah, glad you made it to the show. Bill says, Bill of Jersey says, what's up, Coach? Glad to see you on. So Bubba says you will see them. All right. He'll make his way down there. Didi, what's up? How you guys doing? All right, out in Jersey. So yeah, I wanted to. So your high school program. So are you getting guys now with the high school? Let me ask about the post grad. One more question. Tryout aspect. Okay. So when are the tryouts? And I know you say you start reaching out to different ball players and everything like that. But when are your tryouts?
Well, we had a tryout on the 12th of June. We had another one on the 28th and 29th of June. We're considering having another one on the 12th of July. But we've had enough interest. We've got a lot of one-on-one scheduled too. So we'll schedule a lot of one-on-one visits in addition to just the tryout dates. So if anybody is interested, they can contact us and we will schedule a one-on-one workout. And we like that too, because we can get to know the person a little bit better on the one-on-one workouts. And we do offer scholarships, and we do have something we call a work study program for the players to get a little bit bigger discount on their tuition. And they work here at the school in the community, and it's like a part-time job for them. They put in about 200 hours for the time that they're here. And, it could be washing windows. It could be mopping floors. It could be, helping coach the younger teams. It's a wide variety of things that we want to be able to reach out and help those who need the help. And that's the way we can get some financial assistance and financial aid is through the work study program. But we do have a block of scholarship money that we we'll give out to the kids and the players based on need and ability, just like any other college.
Nice, man. I love it, man. So, how tough has it been to reload? I mean, every year, because like this year you have everybody going to college, and now you got to reload. How easy or hard has it been, or anything like, how does that work?
It's not easy to get a full new roster of 35 to 40 every year. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of communication. And we have about 4 or 5 guys, coaches on the team that are working together, in the recruiting process for that. We send out probably 2,000 to 3,000 text messages, to get enough guys in here to visit. And then once they're here, they pretty much like what they see. And we probably sign 70% of the guys that show up and do a visit, because hands-on, they can physically see what the program's like, how involved it is. They can tour the facility and see that we are serious about baseball over here.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Now, what about like high academic players? You know what I'm saying? That are there guys that really could go anywhere academically but really want to play baseball? Do you maybe haven't had the offers that they want, to play college baseball, but you get those type of guys come down there too, or no?
Absolutely. Yeah, we have several guys that are in the 4.0 range, on the grade point average. The very high end of 25, 26, 28. We've had some 28 and 29 ACT scores. Really intelligent guys that just want to get their baseball skills to match up with their education level so that they can match those two and play at a higher level.
Man, I love that, man. Wow. Yeah, they Mark in Maryland says, Coach D, what's up? What's up, Mark? What's going on in Maryland? I may have missed this, but are there summer camps for young high school level players?
We do offer clinics in the summertime. We just had a clinic last week for, we'll call it JV level to middle school level. High school level guys, when you're in our program at the high school level, all summer long, you have training 3 days a week, strength and conditioning, all summer long. So it's optional. You can come, it's free. There's no charge when you're in our program through the school year. So we do have one student that is paying for that. I don't know what he's paying. I can't tell you. But he's coming in training every day with those guys, who doesn't go to the school, but now he's very interested in going to school because of the training that he's gotten over summer.
I can only imagine. So when it comes to the high school, are you guys recruiting on a national level, high school wise too?
National and international. We have host families that will host the out of state and out of country students, that they'll stay with a family and they come back and forth with school, and they get their meals cooked for them, and it's a family institution. It's family oriented. So those kids get placed with host families, and then we have kids from all around the area that come and commute. We have bus service, so it works out pretty well.
Awesome. So like you said, so this would be your first year having 2 varsity teams, right?
We had 2 varsity teams about 2 years ago, and then went back to 1 last year. And this year we're going to have 2 again, because the growth is just, it's phenomenal. It is wonderful to see just the interest level, and the word starts spreading. People just really start seeing the level of training that you're getting. You can't get that at a high school. You get a coach that's getting paid a stipend to come in, and he's got his 2 hours a day during season, and that's it. And you're regulated too. We're not part of the Florida High School Athletic Association, so we're able to train year round. But we play from a high school level. We play schools all the way up to 9A schools, and compete very well with them. And we keep getting invited back to play them. I do all the scheduling, so I'm already getting emails all the time about schedule. I want to play this date, want to play that date, and there's 7, 8, 9A schools wanting to play us.
Wow, that's awesome. So, what is from a student, high school student? I want to know this myself. So, how many kids are in the middle school program, and how many kids are in the high? Is it just one roof, or is it separated schools, or what? How does that work?
It's one huge building. The classes are separated for appropriate grades. We have about 130 to 140 students in the school. Looking to keep that growing. And each year, I mean, my son went here his senior year, he had 12 in his class. So it was pretty small back then. That was 5 years ago.
Wow.
So now we have 140 plus or minus students, you know, and we've got room to grow. And we're looking to do that. So, you know, the classes break up. I think the senior class this year is going to have roughly 30 plus or minus kids in it. And then, you know, just break the classes up by there. I can't give you the exact details on how many are each class, but I know it's going to be around 30 seniors.
Now, is everybody in sports? I mean, I know, so you have tennis and baseball, right? Is that it? That's only 2 sports you have?
No, we have more sports than that.
Okay.
But from an academy standpoint, we have the baseball, the tennis, and now golf from an academy standpoint. We do have club sports, basketball, flag football, soccer, softball is one of the club sports that we're working into getting into a higher level. And we also have lacrosse.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Florida, lacrosse, huh? Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. All right. So all right. So you got 100 and something kids in the school. All right, everybody's under one roof. All right. So essentially, it's pretty much, is everybody playing a sport? Does anybody just go to the school just for the sake of going to the school, or no?
Yeah, there's a few students I mean, if I had to guess, 20, 25 students maybe come to school just for the school. You know, and the rest are here for some sort of sport.
What kind of academics are we talking about with the school? Is it high academic? You know, how is this? Is it just a normal Florida school? How does this work?
It's a fairly high academic level school. We have a couple of our teachers have doctorate degrees. We have several that most of them have actually master's degrees. So it's a high academic level. We are accredited. We have to live up to those standards. We're reviewed all the time. So, you know, we have a curriculum that it's not an easy curriculum, but it's one that is respected, very respected.
So on a high school academy player, that's going to school, what's a normal day? I've talked about the post-grad players. What's the high school wise? What is a normal high school schedule, you know, kid, you know, that's down, you know, going on with the academy?
They'll have a normal high school type schedule. When you have your gym class, per se, your gym class is going to be your sports specific trainer. So for us, the baseball, we have the strength and conditioning trainer who takes the baseball kids, the players, and they spend that whole period of time doing their strength and conditioning and weightlifting and non-baseball activity to get stronger. Then after school at 2:45, that's when the baseball program starts. 2:45 school ends, give them 15 minutes, 3 o'clock, we hit the turf and get going. And they'll have 3 hours a day in training for baseball. So they're going to get 4 hours a day of baseball training between strength and conditioning and the game.
How many games do they play?
Our varsity players played about 35 games this last season. And then we had our state tournament on top of that. So it was about 38 games total. Our JV team will play about 28 games. And our middle school team plays about 22 games.
Nice. So what are those? So let me ask you this: the middle school has an academy too. The baseball players are part of the academy too. The middle school. Oh
yeah, absolutely. They start at 6th grade.
Nice. So do those guys? What do they do in the summer? Do they just train, or do they play showcase baseball? How does that work?
Again, some will play, the showcase type baseball, but we also offer again the same type of training that they can come in. We do the middle school kids 2 days a week through the strength and conditioning training, and then they hit 3 days a week in the cages.
Wow, that's awesome, man. Awesome, man. What are the prices for the middle school kids and the high school kids?
The school itself is around $10,500, I think, for school, and then we have about $8,900 for baseball program on top of that. So we're talking, 19 grand for school and baseball.
Awesome, man. Awesome. All right, and that's all year round, and the summer program, like you said, huh?
Yep. And the summer program is included with that, with the weight training and conditioning and stuff. When you're in school here, there's no charge for that. It's just a continuous program. So.
Weight room pretty nice or what?
Oh, weight room's pretty decent, and we're expanding it too. We've got everything we need in there. I could take the camera and show you, but yeah, we've got everything we need in there, and we're expanding even more. So.
And I love it. So well, listen, I know that, I've asked, my questions. I'm waiting, parents, if you have anything else, I mean, this is, this has been news to me. I was talking to Coach Ski yesterday briefly about this, that I didn't really know that they did post-grad for baseball until it was, we were talking about Mike Gambino over there at Boston College, my boy over there. He had brought it up to me. And but usually back in the day it would be for, I guess post-grad would be, Prop 48 guys are struggling with school when it comes to football and basketball. They needed that extra year to kind of get their stuff right. But essentially you're saying that these guys are just want to continue to play baseball. A lot of them have been overlooked. Most of the kids, it sounds like they've been overlooked a little bit, and they want to just increase their college, prospect status, right?
Absolutely. And again, the other thing that really sets us apart is the mentorship, the relationship building. We have twice a week, we have a chapel service that we go to every week, every Monday, the whole school participates in. And then every Wednesday with the postgrads, we have a small group mentorship where each coach will have 5 to 7 players. And we just get down and dirty and talk about subjects that, sometimes they don't want to talk to their parents about or afraid to. And we really dive into mentoring the man and guiding him along certain situation. I'll give you a quick little example. We had a couple players last year that we'll call it had short fuses, had little anger issues, they didn't succeed, how to handle failure. And the beginning of the season was really tough during fall training and everything. So by the end of the season, they were able to stop themselves from losing their temper, control it, and turn it into a positive and get out there and make something happen with it. One of our players is going to be pitching down at Ave Maria, got a fantastic scholarship down there. He had an anger issue. We talked to the coach with the new coach, told him all about it, how we've been working on it, mentoring him. And that's a perfect situation for him to move in and continue his mentorship and how he's been able to grow. And, we're perfectly honest with all these coaches on what these kids are like so that they know what to expect and not get a surprise. We've got a reputation to uphold. I'm not going to try and sell somebody who's not what they are. So we're going to relay it perfectly. We're going to work with each other and try and do the best we can to place them in a position where they're going to be successful.
Man, I love it. So Dee Knight asks, do the kids live on campus?
The kids do not live on campus, but it's apartments that we rent, like I said, within literally 50 feet. The building is 50 feet from our campus. So it's like campus housing. And they're right there, and we have, 6 RAs. We have 6 coaches that live at the apartment complex with the players. So they're amongst them all the time. They're in their social, routes so that they're there to be part of the team. They kind of hold them accountable in their apartments, keeping them clean, all those good stuff.
Curfews and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, we do have curfew. Yep. 11 o'clock on non-game nights and 9 o'clock on game nights.
Nice. All right. Bo says, does the high school program participate in the Florida State playoffs like public schools?
We do not participate in the FHSAA tournament because we are not lined up with that. We do have the FICA a tournament that we participate in, which is of the Christian schools. And some of those Christian schools that participate are also the FHSAA level schools as well. So we're not allowed to because we're an academy, and we don't participate by the same rules because we're developing the players all year.
All right, so you guys are strictly right now just in Florida. Do you guys travel high school wise and stuff outside of the state?
High school, we're just staying in the state of Florida. Post-grad, we do travel up to Georgia and play. Already scheduled games with South Georgia State. So we'll travel that way. But what is interesting is for this next year, I believe we're in the process of developing and working throughout the country. to have an Academy World Series. We have schools from IMG and us, schools from Texas, schools from Alabama. We're going to try and put that together to where we have an Academy World Series, and IMG is going to host it. So that should be a really good tournament. Really good tournament.
Yeah, that would be awesome, man. Mark says, and Mark in Maryland says, how do we learn more? Website, phone number?
Yep, inspirationacademy.com is the main school. And we also have iapostgrad.com, which is the page just for postgrads.
Inspirationacademy.com, you said?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's got contact information there. Send us an email.
All right. I'll put that link over there. I mean, listen, you got assessments, you have high level, ball being played, you're beating, certain schools in the area, you're growing, 2 varsity teams, 1 JV, 1 middle school team or 2 middle school?
One middle school
team. Okay. 35 players on the roster from post-grad, 35 players are going to college this year. So, can't beat that, right? So, camps, if I'm not mistaken, is it every Wednesday you have free clinics? Is that what you said?
Clinics every Wednesday, yep.
Every Wednesday he's hosting free, they're hosting free clinics. How many coaches do you have on staff there?
We have 12 coaches on staff, all paid coaches. So it's, we don't have any, volunteer GAs. They're all paid. And we have guys that have played in the big leagues down to guys that are, freshly, helping out freshly out of college playing baseball. So,
awesome.
Yep.
So, quality coaches from top to bottom, huh? Big league coaches to college. Everybody pretty much played college to, some of the alums come. I like the fact that you said some of the alums come back and talk to you still. And, as the teams grow, you guys are just, 6-7 years at this. That ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, you guys are pups at this, man. And the fact that you're already competing at this high level, playing IMGs and beating the IMGs and, essentially growing and the post-grad. So things are very exciting. You got a lot of things going on over there, Coach, on the Inspiration Academy, huh?
Yes, we do. And, got to give credit to the Lord. He's the one who's blessing us with it all. And we can't do it without him. It's a faith-based Christian academy. And, the powers to be are unexplainable.
Awesome, man. Awesome. So let me ask you this. So do you have to be a Christian to come to the school?
No, you don't have to be. But you might be when you leave.
I was about to ask that, right? When you got mandatory chapels and stuff like that, you can't help but do that, right? Ain't no different from, I know plenty of dudes that had no religion background that went up in New York, went not to Catholic school and everything like that, and had to do the requirements over there, and trust me. So, but
when you're around it every day and you're around the good people that are here, it's magnetic. It's, you want to find out more. What makes you different? Why are you different? Well, this is why we're different, and we just care and love everybody that's at this program. And we're able to do that. We're able to share it, and develop those relationships with those kids and those players and the parents. And it's different. I've been here 6 years and there's nothing like it. I've been coaching 25 years and I love it here. I'm not moving from this place.
Awesome, brother. Awesome, man. So, listen, that is, let me see. Andy says, man, you got me excited to go coach later today, but that's awesome. So listen, parents, I appreciate you guys listening in. Coach, we've had Anthony, we have Mark from Maryland, we have Mississippi, South Carolina, Jersey, Toronto,
Nice.
Mississippi, Memphis, all right, Jersey, Alabama, Atlanta, South Carolina. All right,
Nice.
I'm just kind of going through Texas, Houston, Dallas, Detroit. All right, and that's about Nashville, New York, and yeah. So we had a lot of Tennessee, obviously, with Sean, Tasha. Okay, I just want to kind of give you a just the reach of today, and I guarantee by tomorrow we have many more. And just remember, guys that are going to be listening in the future on this replay, if you don't see the red button over there, give me a hashtag replay, because you will be listening to the replay on this. Tomorrow, again, before we go, Coach, tomorrow, I just want to kind of give my little shout out. So I will be launching my scholarship program tomorrow. Super excited about that. Also, I will have Coach Mike Condonis. All right, I'm gonna be chopping up these names, God, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get it right behind it. But University of Northern Illinois head baseball coach. All right, he will be in the building 3 p.m. tomorrow. All right, on doing this, you know, like we always do, and as we launch this program tomorrow. So I'm glad, Coach. I appreciate you, Coach Ski. This has been eye-opening the last 48 hours, learning about Inspiration Academy, the whole post-grad, 48 hours for me. Obviously today, you know, my listeners I know got a wealth of knowledge. I know some of these guys personally, when they say they're going to be coming and, you know, for various reasons, either camp or an assessment or something, all right, they will be coming. All right. So who knows, you know what I'm saying, in the future. Okay. You will have my own family, okay, on campus on Friday, okay? So that you know what I'm saying? So
Can't wait.
Yes, right. Awesome. So this is, you know, that's how much I enjoy and believe in this school, okay? That we're actually considering things. So who knows, okay? So Friday, you will have my family on the campus, all right? So anyway, Coach, I have all my coaches do this, or whoever my guests are, if you could kind of leave with a lasting word to talk about, you know, Inspiration Academy. You've talked a lot, but if you could kind of give a little inspiration talk or a final word per se when it comes to my parents listening from all over the country.
Absolutely. So again, it's just a quick little review. Our academy is a faith-based academy that we take kids from 6th grade all the way through the post-grad. We're going to mentor them. We're going to develop them without playing games in the fall, which is going to be just to break them down, build them up, and analyze them. We do a lot of video analysis, working with them one-on-one, and then all the way through the fall, through Christmas time. Then we'll get into our schedules, normal schedules in the spring. We'd love to have anyone come visit, look at the facility, talk to the rest of the coaches. Like I said, we have big league coaches, players and coaches, all the way down to, guys that are out of college for the last couple of years and wanting to get into the coaching career. We even mentor the coaches, and we're teaching them and learning that, letting them learn from us, and so they can get on and do a better job as well and get a better, a college coaching career going. So it's not just students, it's the coaches. We put 100% into everybody. We really care about what's going on here and really want to help the kids out. Again, our contact information for the postgrad, we have an iapostgrad.com, and then the regular school is inspirationacademy.com. You can get to the postgrad page by inspirationacademy.com as well. Upper right hand corner, you'll see a baseball, and just click on that, and that'll take you to the postgrad program. But would love to hear from anybody. Again, my name is Coach Ski, S-K-I. Last name is Giczewski. I'm the director of baseball operations here. I'm also one of the post-grad coaches. So love to talk with you, answer any questions one-on-one, call a school, ask for me, and I'll be happy to talk with you.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony is from Oregon. I'm sorry, Anthony, I didn't represent Oregon, right? So Anthony is in Oregon, all right? And yeah, so Bill, good percentage of players got scholarships, 100%. 100% of the players on the post-grad got scholarships, Bill, okay? So, Coach, appreciate you, brother. Thank you. We will be in contact, okay? At least me and you, okay? And I'm glad that the coaches and stuff, the parents and stuff will be, I'm sure they'll be reaching out to you via website or looking you up and if I get any private messages and stuff, I'll make sure to forward that information over to you, man. So you made some fans today, like always.
Awesome.
I enjoy it. And this is what I do. Just give a platform for great schools and great, programs like yourself. So,
And thank you very much for hosting us and letting us kind of share what we do for you.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it, Coach Ski. So anyway, tomorrow, remember, launch another program tomorrow. And also we have Coach Mike Congonis, all right, coming on tomorrow, all right, from Northern Illinois, coming on tomorrow, all right, head coach. So we're going to get these ball rolling, keep it going. Coach, again, appreciate you guys, 3 p.m. tomorrow. Parents, love you guys, man. I will be on tomorrow, 3 p.m. Don't miss it. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.